PSFan.com here with four-time Indianapolis 500 champion Rick Mears, and you look ahead to Sunday's 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. How special is it for you to be a part of it in the way that you are, especially helping out Team Penske in their 50th running?
Oh, it's great. You know, it just the buzz around the place, you know, on this 100th anniversary is just incredible. And to you know, I never really even thought about it until the last couple of years, you know, as far as you don't even think about being around at the 100th anniversary of anything, you know. And the odds are pretty good I'm not going to make 200, so I'm going to enjoy this one. But it's just great. And then, you know, with Penske's 50th anniversary and the same thing, and this being my 25th anniversary from the last win, it's just it's hard to explain, you know. But what's really cool is just the buzz it's created, period. You know, the numbers, it's sold out, everything's sold out. And I keep hearing from different sources that there's a lot of first-time people that are coming that have never been here, period. So that's where the return customer comes from. You know, get people in for the first time, let them get a feel for this place, and once you're here, you're hooked. You know, it's hard to get away from.
And that's good. That's how you grow the sport throughout, not just the 100th Indianapolis 500, but the 101st, the 102nd, by getting those new fans here.
Exactly. And I think, you know, the IndyCar's been doing a great job with the series and with the rules, and you know, the racing has been as good a racing in open wheel as ever been in the history of the sport. So, you know, it's all there, and we're heading in the right direction. And I know every year this place has grown. I mean, I'm up in turn 3 spotting for Elio during the race, so it's a good vantage point to see the infield and the people on the mounds, the seats, and every year, especially the infield, you know, the seats fill up fairly quick. Then the infield is the last part to fill up, and every year all the banking, the raised mounds they have to watch from, has just been getting thicker and thicker and thicker with people, and so it's been on a steady climb, and we're going in the right direction, and this anniversary is going to be phenomenal. But I think we'll get a lot of spillover from that for the next year. You know, the comebacks.
You ever sit up in that spotter stand and think, man, I did this for so long, this is nuts?
Oh, yeah. It's a different perspective. My hero going by there.
Parnelli Jones walking by. Do you see a lot of Elio Castroneves? Do you see a lot of yourself in him? I know you've helped him out. He's a 3-time winner, could be the next 4-time winner. Do you see a lot of yourself in Elio?
Oh, on track, you know, and driving, you know, we're both competitive, and we're both trying to do the best job we can do and try to get everything out of what we can. And in that respect, we're, you know, probably a lot alike. Driving styles are, you know, everybody's style is a little different, but off the track, he's totally different than I am. You know, and he's much more outgoing, and you know, I'm a little more reserved, a little quieter, and the media part of it for me and the attention was secondary to the driving, which it is to him too, but he has more fun with it than I do, you know, and he just has a lot more fun with it.
You look at the 100 Indianapolis 500 and all the rich history and the traditions. When you look back on your time spent here, is there a memory that sticks out more than anything?
Well, you know, obviously it's one of the wins, and of the 4 wins, it's the 4th one. And you know, everybody tends to think it's got to be the first. That's going to be the answer, you know. And when they ask that question, and the first has its place because of being the first. But I never dreamed of being here. This was way out of my league, and I didn't grow up around the Speedway. I grew up in California, so I didn't know the history of this place. I didn't know what it meant, you know, and so I didn't probably appreciate it as much as I could have. The first win, because it came in my second attempt right away. And so then you go a few more years after that and you don't win it. And now you've been around the Speedway more. You're learning the history of the place. You're learning, and you're realizing how difficult it really is to do, you know. And there's not a lot of multiple winners. So you say, okay, the odds are against me, you know, of winning some more. So that made the second one even better. And then that same process happens again for the third, you know, and you're older, wiser. And so now going in, you know, looking for the 4th one, you're getting more toward the end of your career by then. You don't know how long you're going to run. And everything you've learned about the Speedway and the history and everything else is just, You know, and you say, wait a minute, only 2 guys have ever won it 4 times. So what are the odds of that happening? You know, the odds are very slim. So they're against you. So that made the 4th one even more special. But then the icing on the cake was the win, the way the win happened. You know, you always gear to, you know, for the shootout at the end. That's you know, you're always positioning yourself, watching your competitors, seeing who's your yardstick, who you're going to have to beat at the end. And Michael had been the quick guy all day, you know, and we got to have the battle right at the end, back and forth, and come out on top. So we got to have the shootout. Of the 4 wins, that's the only one the shootout materialized. So that was the icing on the cake with it.
Rick Mears, 4-time Indianapolis 500 winner. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.